rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Lauletta is going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
That was a good start. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Green 39! Green 39! Gone!
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go. 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
No. Jack, Patriot! All right, here we go. Boom, landing!
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Lucky 56.
And they'll try the air now with Lauletta. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Come on, let's go. 14,
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go to work.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. A dump off to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Murray. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Tempo.
Here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the defense. 8-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Running with Elliott. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Set. Green, 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Lawletta. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Set. 319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Here's Lawletta. They are going for it. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Now let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Lawletta. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back. Touchdown, Cowboys! Allen Hurns, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Lawletta. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's Lawletta now on 2nd. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested 1st half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Detroit. Detroit. Detroit.
Now it's Lawletta. And this is going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Hey, now let's go. 319. 319. Let's go right here. Detroit.
On 4th down, Lawletta. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Wilson now off the bootleg. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Lauletta, he'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Von Miller. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They go play action with Wilson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys are in for 6. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff working right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Here we go now.
They're going for it. It's Lauletta. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action now. Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Cowboys will extend their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Lauletta looking to throw on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Hey, we gotta get this stop here, D. Detroit! Detroit!
Lauletta to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. The 30! Past the 20! Touchdown, Giants! Evan Ingram, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him.
And oh, it's blocked. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Go 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play here for Dallas. 59 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
In my book, that's running the ball well but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Loretta. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. And the quick slant, good for 8 and a first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Loretta now to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
A shotgun snap to Loretta. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards that time for number 19. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Swish, double. Swish.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Gun! 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 Detroit!
Now here's Lauletta. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a real...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
And I think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. It's caught right side. It turns. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And they'll go on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Desperation time on fourth down for Lauletta. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flies.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Let's go get it, baby. Let's go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted. No matter